Yeah, finish watching Chainsaw Man. Let's get it.
Alright, everyone's talking about this new Chainsaw Man. Let's see what this show's all about.
返事ははいかワンだけ。いいえなんていう犬はいらない。
Respect it, yes or wolf.
What the fuck did I walk into? Chainsaw Man, easily the most anticipated new anime to come out all year. The show that we weren't ready for, that would come down and grace us, showing us peasants once and for all what good anime is. So, how hard did Chainsaw Man hit when it dropped?
Wipe out. Yep.
Yeah, pretty fucking hard. As expected, it's taken over the community by storm, and with all this extra attention comes the extra scrutiny. After just one episode was out, already all the doubters banded together. Experts and scientists poured in thousands of man-hours to
that's why you can never judge like a video or any anime like in the first episode. Nah. Sometimes it takes 3. I usually stop at 3 episodes. If you don't get me by the 3rd or maybe 4th one barely, I'm done. Like first 2 episodes I'm just throwing away. 3rd episode is like, okay, where you at in this, what you trying to show me? Because, you know, it's like, it can be anime bullshit at the first beginning, like this one. And I'm pretty sure he's going to go into that.
Construct the perfect critique.
But I usually stop around 3, episode 3. If they don't get me by episode 3, I'm like, yeah, I'm done.
Community would see the error of their ways.
I'm usually done
Here's
by
what
that.
they came up with. Chainsaw Man fans have still not recovered to this day. But do the haters have a point? Did the anime live up to the expectations it built? Did everyone overhype it? What's the deal with Chainsaw Man? It's no secret that I'm already a big fan of the author, so external factors aside, I was already hyped as hell. Chainsaw Man was meant to be his magnum opus, taking everything he's learned from previous works and perfecting it. Chainsaw Man was meant to be the outlier of Shonen Jump, doing things its own way. Chainsaw Man starts off like a pretty standard shonen. You could be forgiven for getting a slight feeling of deja vu,
like
watching a
a
spunky
effed up
teenager
one.
on the brink of death, making a contract with the devil to gain devil powers, only to be picked up by an organization that hunts said devils under the pretense that they can keep an eye on him and won't kill him as long as he's assisting in hunting other devils. Then we find out there's this super strong devil that they have to hunt by looking for his body parts, which is really risky because like any devil who's consumed some of those body parts is a super strong S-tier devil, and you're like,
you're like, what the fuck?
Wait a minute.
This is just Jujutsu Kaisen again.
Yep.
But that's where the similarities end. Chainsaw Man is a typical shonen in the same way that Stephen King's
it's like
is a children's show about
it was almost like Jujutsu Kaisen. Any anime back, it's like it was bringing back the old anime style from back in like in the 90s a little bit, with all the blood and gore and like serious tone a little bit. Cause like between the 90s and like the early 2000s, like it went from like, all right, adult to maybe teen adult, you know, fighting and killing and all that stuff. And then all of a sudden it was like cutesy girls, schoolgirl. And that's when you got the big 3 with the One Piece and Bleach and all that. And I was in the mix with it, with Naruto. And then after that, it was just like maybe all these little cutesy animes. And I think that's when the mech anime started disappearing a little bit too. So it's like you see a Gundam, you'll see a Orphanage, you'll see maybe a Star Ocean or something like that, some random anime that has like mechs in it, or like a kind of like a spinoff, like maybe a Gundam Build or something like that. Also with that, but it was not a lot. There was not a lot of mech animes after they start slowly going away, and then of course the big one started coming out with the Attack on Titan. Attack on Titan kind of brought it back a little bit, back to the 90s little vibe, killing and serious tones and fucking bloody and fantasy style. And then of course you had the big what you call it, Isekais and shit. And then you had that, but of course the other big one was Overlord. Though Overlord kind of started the trend with it a little bit, and it branched off into all the kinds of crazy with Sword Art Online also with that entail too. And then you get all these random spin-off versions of that, and it just, oh, this one's this one, and this one's about this guy, and this guy's a farmer, and this this woman is a freaking his mom, and this other one is freaking back and he can't get out of the show. It's just random.
Funny looking clown. It is brutal, disgusting, raw. It is metal as fuck. It pushes the edge of what it even means to be a shonen action show in the first place. You look at some of these scenes, you see what these characters do.
Also, it doesn't explain it too. That's another good thing about sometimes with certain animes. They don't explain shit. You're just like, okay, I'm just in this world.
You think, That's not what Goku would do.
Yeah,
When we
yep.
first meet Denji, he is, what's the technical term?
Definitely
for this
won't do
again?
that. My boy
A
won't
broke-ass
do that.
bitch. Due to some unfortunate circumstances, he lives every day just to survive. Drowned in debt, a bottom dweller of society. He sold his left eye, a kidney, one of his nuts. Yes, his nuts. Just to scrape by, living on a slice of bread a day. I mean, good lord, someone get this boy some Boxu. There you go, Boxu. That was a free one for you. But this immediately sets the tone.
And also, it's doing like a little Cowboy Bebop type of feel when they just throw you right into the mix of, oh, this man already lost an eye, he already lost this, and now
just what kind of
just
world
getting a
this
little
is.
updated.
Naruto,
Where he's
Demon
at.
Slayer, My Hero. These are worlds where some pretty
Quick little
hardcore shit
update.
can happen if you lay it out on paper, yet somehow everyone seems to have come out squeaky clean. Tanjiro had almost his entire family brutally murdered, and yet he's still like, oh, I'm gonna be a good boy,
Yeah.
I'm gonna be the best boy, I'm gonna empathize with all the demons, I'm gonna make the world a good place. Bitch, you saw your mother's bloody corpse! How are you more mentally stable than me, remembering I got my tax returns due in 2 months? Shonen protagonists have always been about preaching that good moral. Work hard, train hard, be a good person, aspire to be something great. Everything that Denji isn't.
Yeah,
The man's
Denji
been
don't
through
give
hell, just
a
wants to
damn
live in
about
wild
that.
comfort while copying the casual
Man,
feel along the way.
man,
He
want them
doesn't have any
movies.
grand aspirations. He doesn't want to fight for what is right. He's not the honorable, innocent, safe protagonist we've gotten used to. While Goku is out there being like, Cell, I want you to power up to your final form so we can have a fair and honorable fight. Denji's here like, finishing move. Delete bloodline. But that's the thing that. That's the thing that makes him interesting. Okay, Denji, I think you can stop now.
Man, just going in.
Oh god, Denji, no, this is not the way. Denji, God, please, Denji, for the love of God. But that's the thing that sets him apart and makes him interesting, and this is something that's pervasive throughout every single cast member in Chainsaw Man. Wouldn't you agree, Aki? Yeah, totally agree. Everyone here stands out from the typical characters you see, and I'm not talking about in
them
that
in the nuts
usual
a lot of
anime
times,
way.
too.
You know, sometimes you watch these animes and you see these characters that are like, look at me, I'm so quirky. Look at this weird
And
thing
one-dimensional.
I do. Isn't it so weird? Aren't I so weird and quirky? I'm not like other anime characters. And then their super weird quirk turns out to be something like, look at me, I sit funny. People in Chainsaw Man are just actually weird. Like, I don't know, puking in the guy's mouth and then he swallows it and then you try to sleep with him 5 hours later. Haha. Everyone here has a few screws loose, but it never comes at the expense of their character. All too often in anime, we see these characters that are distinguished by their weird quirks, and even if they have some depth to them, it always comes off as cartoonish, the anime-esque bullshit we've all gotten accustomed to. And one thing I've got to give props for is, despite how batshit insane these guys are, they all still...
Also, anime bullshit is also incorporated with friendship. The power of friendship, yes. This is so stupid.
learn from previous works and perfecting it. Chainsaw Man was meant to be the outlier of Shonen Jump, doing things its own way. Chainsaw Man starts off like a pretty standard shonen. You could be forgiven for getting a slight
That's
feeling
why I
of
always
deja
say you
vu,
can never
watching a
be
spunky
too
teenager
careful.
on the brink of death, making a contract with the devil to gain devil powers, only to be picked up by an organization that hunts said devils under the pretense that they can keep an eye on him and won't kill him as long as he's assisting in hunting other devils. Then we find out there's this super strong devil that they have to hunt by looking for his body
Jujutsu
parts, which is
Kaisen.
really risky because like any devil who's consumed some of those body parts is a super strong S-tier devil, and you're like,
Man.
Wait a minute.
this is just Jujutsu Kaisen again. But that's where the similarities end.
and that's
Chainsaw
it.
Man is a typical.
Yep. Oh, my bad, the wrong button.
One thing I gotta give props for is, despite how batshit insane these guys are, they all still feel like people. Everyone is just broken in some way. Like they're all missing a different piece to make them normal. They're not cartoonish, they're just fucking weird, and that absolutely works. The dynamics, the antics, the banter, the cast is just so entertaining together.
Yep.
Like, there's a scene where a bunch of devil hunters are trapped in this building, possibly for an eternity, waiting for death. One of them has a panic attack. One of them starts freaking out and goes full yandere. They're laughing at each other. Denji falls asleep. Two of them decide now's the best time to pick up smoking. Power starts spouting off that she's going to be prime minister and raise the sales tax to 100%. And I'm sitting here being like, what the fuck am I watching? Chainsaw Man could be a sitcom.
Watching all these guys freaking
It's
out,
like
man.
watching the cast of Always Sunny if they were stars of a shonen action show. Are they assholes? Yeah. Would you be friends with them? Probably a bad idea. Is it just hella entertaining to see how they operate in the situations they find themselves in?
Yes, bitch.
It's all great stuff, even if the structure is a bit reminiscent to previous shonens we've seen. That is until this guy shows up, and that's when things really start revving up. This is the moment when Chainsaw Man really starts showing its true colors. Within the space of 20 minutes, it shifts from first gear straight to fifth gear, looks you dead in the eye and goes,
He goes
"You
to
stupid.
Which was a great episode, I must admit. That was a great ass episode.
The world this all takes place in. It is a cruel, ruthless place where your entire life can change in one instance, one bad experience, one unlucky encounter. There are no second chances, and villains aren't fucking around here. And just as you start to think, damn, these bad guys are pretty damn scary, Makima is then like, fuck. Only when you start to fear the bad guys, you see that the good guys are even more terrifying.
There's no good and bad guys.
Who's good? Who's evil? What's really going on? More questions emerge while nothing gets answered, and you realize the only thing you really knew is that you didn't know a damn thing. This was the Chainsaw Man I expected. Tatsuki Fujimoto is and never has been a by-the-books guy. It's like he lulled us into a false sense of security, then was like, alright, you've had your fun now, I'm die.
Thank you, whoever.
The more episodes I watch, the faster I click on the next episode button, and my only gripe is that it feels like we've only just begun. 12 episodes feels brazenly short for the story that Chainsaw Man has set up, which begs the question, am I just going to read ahead in the manga? No. Because what I'm doing is watching the anime, then reading the manga. Yeah, that's right. You heard that correctly. I'm reading the manga second. How does that make you feel, manga readers? Does that make you feel uncomfortable? Uneasy? Maybe I'll mix it up. Maybe I'll read a few chapters ahead and then let the anime catch up. Maybe I'll read chapter 70 out of context. Maybe I'll just translate it all into Braille and consume it that way. Yeah, I don't know where I was going with this. Anime is just my medium of choice. There's
some people do get mad at some people that I remember when I was a little bit young, people would get mad. Oh, you ain't watched or you ain't read the manga? You ain't read the manga? I was like, nah, I'm trying to watch the anime because I know the manga will spoil the hell out of you before you even get to the anime. And, you know, the anime is more better because it's got more animations. You know, people like to, you know, people just be all upset. Oh, man, you ain't read the manga, man, blah, blah, blah. No, you know, that's just basic bullshit. You still like the anime, though, you know? It's people.
It's just Ushio's hypnotic, mesmerizing soundtrack, the stellar animation, or the voice acting that bring the chemistry these characters have to life. Impressive. Very nice. And let's see the official Spanish dub.
Oh, the Spanish dub.
But there are a few manga artists out there like Tatsuki Fujimoto.
Funny enough, he didn't really care about it either because he just wanted to grab her boobs.
Genius, all right? Only so rarely do you find someone who has such mastery
of the page,
who knows how to use manga to its fullest potential, which he does consistently. If you're someone who's never really thought about layout, paneling, or page composition, I implore you to read any one of his works and you'll immediately realize, oh, that's why it matters. I know this because I never did until I could see how masterfully it could be used. Well, you know, you could just watch my other video where I go in depth about it. The work he's put into Chainsaw Man, the way he uses manga to convey ideas and feelings is something that would be
like close-up emotions always
and so it doesn't.
Detail.
But what nuance it loses, it makes up for by adding its own. The anime takes its own approach in telling the story.
Like even Dragon Ball did like the emotion scenes and stuff, like when Goku's they zoom in on Goku or Vegeta fight, it was zooming on their face and see how freaking bloody they are. That, you know, conveys emotion when you draw, especially when you hand draw it too. You know, artist stuff.
Colors are more muted. Characters look more realistic. It slows everything down, not to pad out the runtime, but just so you have time to get absorbed into this beautiful world. And this has made some of the more dramatic moments hit even harder. It doesn't just reference cinema. It doesn't just look cinematic. It feels cinematic. Almost as if this is an anime original production, not taking its material from a manga. I mean, just look at something like this.
Got it.
I fucking love how it feels like this devil was just deleted from existence. Like it's what only an eerie, outerworldly creature can do. And it was just such a subtle thing that could only be conveyed in anime form. It really seems like the team have put so much thought into the visual storytelling. There are no lazy camera angles, no throwaway shots. And instead of trying to replicate what the manga has done, they've asked themselves, what is something that only we could do? They added a 2-minute scene of Aki getting ready in the morning, and it is so beautifully calming that gives us a glimpse of who Aki is that was never in the manga. This is some Makoto Shinkai level of vibes that absolutely did not need to be done, which shows that someone there
got a close-up image.
Gives a shit. And this isn't even mentioning how good of a job they're doing with the animation. When people think good animation, they see a pretty fight scene and they think, oh, now this is good animation. Wait, 10 frames of CG? unwatchable. But what they can gloss over is that 17 other minutes of anime in that anime. Chainsaw Man simply looks breathtaking in almost every single frame.
Yeah, even the walking sometimes. Yep, like, yeah, there you go. I remember seeing that. I was like, damn, that looked good. That's the first thing I saw when I was like, damn, this animation looks good just walking. What? I had to play that back like two or three times. Like, dang, they drew the hell out of that.
手のひらは冷たい
You know what? I'll say it. The CG doesn't even look bad. I think the real reason it stands out at points is just because of how goddamn spectacular everything else looks. Which experience is better? I don't know, whatever medium you bloody prefer. Why not both? You have two separate versions, two separate styles, two separate approaches to telling the
there ain't nothing wrong with none of them styles either.
Utilizes their own medium to its highest potential instead of one trying to emulate the other. And I can't even begin to tell you how rare of an occurrence this is. Which is why it blows my mind when I see complaints that this scene doesn't look exactly how it does in the manga, or this isn't how the manga depicted this one thing. We have a chocolate cake and a chocolate ice cream in front of us, and people are unhappy that it's not the exact same flavor of chocolate, and I'm like, bro, you have a delicious ice cream and cake right in front of you. Why are you complaining?
Yeah, people just want to complain. That's usually how it goes.
Said it would be, and it hit the jackpot of having an anime production this good.
Like I said before, people will love complaining about anything. Oh my god, that face don't look that good as the manga. Oh my god, the anime don't look that good as the manga. Oh shit, oh fuck, man, what the fuck? Shit like that.
No way replacing what the manga has done. Will these 12 episodes live up to the insane hype people said it would reach? No. But we already knew that, so the real question is, when the hell are we going to get more of it? Oh god, Denji, please stop! His descendants are already dead!
Hopefully in another 6 months, but you know, might be another year.
Hey guys, hope you enjoyed that video. Thank you very much this month to Alpha Sigma, Basil, Dysfunctional Degenerate, Ivo, Jeff, Lavados, Misaka12315, Payne Patchett, Pony Stark, Walter Geist VT, and everyone else, my Patreon, for helping to support me for this month and making this video possible. Alright guys, I'm going to keep this short and sweet. This was the last Gigguk upload of the year, and yes, I'm busy watching all of the anime in 2022. There's a lot to get through. This was a very, very good year for anime. So I'm not going to keep you here for much longer. I hope you've had a great 2022.
There you go. So yeah, man, this anime yeah, this anime is pretty good. Like I said, it kind of does remind me of Jujutsu Kaisen, of course, but both of like these anime styles are like drawn like in like the human element, and they very, very detail polish. Like whoever's the artist or the animation company for this, I forget who it was. Yeah, they doing the thing. Kind of like remember like Mad Cats used to do too. I used to stay updated, but you know, life goes on and you forget stuff. But anyway, there you go. Very scary. Yo, that scene was fucking ridiculous. Not that one. Even though I did like the kill. Yeah, that scene was ridiculous. He just like this. Yeah, that was so bad. I'm like, damn. He just kept at it too. Like, jeez. Yeah, that's another good one. But there you go. Basically, this is Chainsaw Man. Probably have to wait another day going. Hopefully, I would love it to be 6 months, but you know how animation companies goes. Probably 1 or 3 or 2 or 4 years later. Oh yeah, this anime again. But hopefully, it's not like that. Hopefully, maybe get in 6 or years time. Hopefully, fingers crossed. But yeah, you know how it goes. Attack on Titan.